Welcome back to the channel, friends. It is good to be here, and I hope you're doing well. So today, we're rocking and rolling with some more Nine Kings. And my friends, the objective today is to build a DEATHRAY. And you're probably already wondering, what do you mean DEATHRAY? There is no building in the game that is called DEATHRAY. What are you talking about? Well, you are completely correct. There is no actual DEATHRAY in the game. However, we can manufacture one, and we're going to be doing that right here today. So without further ado, let's hop on in, smash the like button if you're liking the Nine Kings, become a subscriber if you are new here. Let me know what you think in the comments section below, and I thank you so much. Now let's rock and roll. Alright, so to properly assemble the DEATHRAY, we need the services of the King of Greed. So let's go ahead and select him. For our perks, we have it set up so we have more early income to give us more gold to re-roll. We also have a starting vault. We're going to be playing on difficulty Baron. Let's go. 720. We have the King of Stone and the King of Progress. So these are two, I would say, pretty good enemies to make this happen. So it all begins by placing the palace in the middle. And the key is, of course, the palace. So it casts a ray that insta-kills the target. Kind of sounds like a DEATHRAY, doesn't it? Golden enemies are going to drop gold. Damage is infinity, but it attacks very, very slow. So it's not really the most reliable, tower in combat for you. However, if we can get the attack speed super high, I really wonder what the effect will be. And a commenter in my last video actually suggested this. So here you go, commenter, we're going to give it a shot. And we can, of course, do that by getting the beacon on the palace and just go nuclear with it. So let's see. Let's play the vault, let's play the beacon, and let's slowly start building. So obviously the early waves, right? Like this is going to be effective. The palace is going to be enough to get us over the top. However, once the enemy starts getting more numerous, you're going to see that the attack speed just really doesn't have enough to catch up. So let's see, what do we want from the King of Progress? I think a concabulator would be a really good choice. So let's see if we can roll into one cheaply. Palace Reinforced Converter. 30 gold, man. I mean, we could probably take Overhaul. Let's take Overhaul. I'm okay with that. And let's sell Midas Touch. We're not going to be using troops at all in this if it goes right. We have a greedy rebellion on our hands. Let's quell it. And let's see if we can get another beacon. You bet we can. Absolutely. So let's get the beacon down as well. We're starting to just slowly increase that attack speed, which is what you want to see. Now we have the King of Stone at our doorstep. The slow-moving ballista. And what do we get from the King of Stone? Well, the earthworks would be useful with the concabulator, of course. A really good combination. But another thing we're going to be doing in this one is erecting walls. So let's go ahead and get our first wall maker. And let's keep phasing these guys down with our DEATHRAY. Well, it's not quite a DEATHRAY yet. It's more of like a minor death beam, if you will. But we want to make this thing a full-blown DEATHRAY. Let's see if we can get there. Reinforced precision overhaul. Man, I need the concabulator. Let's go with another palace, I suppose. Receive 99 gold coins. Merchant's cards cost half the price. All your units and towers have plus 20% chance to deal crit. Let's go with the coins because we're going to need it. A little more flexibility to re-roll. Let's go ahead and sell the mercenary. Alright, DEATHRAY. Keep doing your thing. Well, weak death beam. Minor death beam. It's not a DEATHRAY yet. We'll see if we can get there. Alright, King of Stone, once again. Another wall maker. Don't mind if I do. We're going to throw it down there as well. And yes, your walls can stack up multiple times. Like you can have multiple wall makers. That's what we're going to be doing in this one. We have another greedy rebellion on our hands. And of course, these mercenaries are tough customers, right? Well, not with the palace, right? The palace simply snuffs them out. Another beacon. Don't mind if I do. Blessing in 9 years. Let's go with prosperity. If you have 20 gold or less. Okay. So I think I definitely want to try to make sure we're broke as a joke on the year of the prophecy. But let's go ahead and play another beacon. Been getting real lucky with our beacon draws so far, which is great. We have the King of Progress at our door. Got a bunch of gold. This is an opportunity for a concabulator, which we certainly need. So let's put them down. The walls are holding up nice and firmly. I think to even attempt this, you're definitely going to need to be at war with the King of Stone. Opening up. But of course, let me know in the comment section below if you have other strategies that have worked. Alright, let's roll for the concabulator. Let's be reckless. Here we go. Concabulator. Perfect. Let's throw that down in the corner here. And we got another rebellion on our hands. Could use another beacon. Could use another vault. Could use overinvest as well. And the walls do fall. Are we going to have enough? No, not quite. So you see the walls aren't an indestructible option, of course. Palace Dispenser Mercenary Beacon. How about another beacon? Absolutely. Wage War. King of Nature. So I think of clone cards with him, which is pretty good. King of Nothing. I mean, he's got the wild card, I guess, which is useful as well. I think either one is fine. Let's go with the King of Nature for the clone card. And let's go ahead and get that beacon in place. And let's see. So, obviously, the King of Greed is a pretty big foe to us, given that he can tear down the walls, right? Let's see if we can get these trappers down quick. Let's go, boys. Let's go, minor little squeaky DEATHRAY. Alright, very nice. King of Stone goes down. Ballista Quarry. I mean, Earthworks is going to be a pretty important card to secure. So we got it. Could have also gone with another wall maker there, but Earthworks is going to be nice. If we can take out the King of Progress. Let's go ahead and level up the palace. Now, I don't believe it actually increases the attack speed, but we're hitting at 0.8 hits per second. And you can see the beam getting just a little bit faster, right? Like, can you imagine once we're hitting like, I don't know, 10 times per second? It should be a pretty fun and zany build. That's what I really like about this game. It leans into the absurd. It really does. See if we can get a clone card. So I can clone my Concabulator. Here we go. All right, Mortgage Overinvest. Yeah, Overinvest is tremendous. It does work on the palace, by the way. Another Earthworks card. Well, if I re-roll, then we're out of cash. Let's go with the Earthworks card as well. We'll certainly use it. So let's go ahead and let's clone the Concabulator to get it one more step closer. And let's see, Overinvest. I've got Overhaul as well. I suppose what we could do is I could Earthworks the Concabulator and then just replay it twice. We could certainly do that. I don't have any gold to use Overinvest. So let's use a single Earthworks card on the Concabulator. Let's level it up, and then I suppose for Overhaul, I mean, it will level up 2 random plots, which is pretty good. Let's see, do I move off the vault? I mean, we can conceivably get another vault. Let's move off the vault. We got 2 beacon level ups there. I think that's just fine. We have the King of Stone again on our doorstep. See if we can get another wall maker. So we're definitely attacking faster. We're attacking 0.91 times per second. So not quite 1 hit per second, but you definitely see the effectiveness of... We're going to call this the Wimpy Space Laser now. It has evolved. It has changed form to the Wimpy Space Laser. Here we go. We can expand a little bit. Definitely a fan of this. So let's see. Why don't we go ahead and expand right here. Let's throw the wall maker down right here. 3 wall makers and a bunch of beacons. Let's see if we can put down the King of Progress, who we desperately need another Concabulator from. Let's see. All right, so the walls fall. Get them. Okay, so they get home as well. All right, meager beginnings here, my friends, but we do get the Concabulator. This is tremendous. So let's go ahead and hit it. You bet. Boom. Just broad level up. We've got stronger walls now. Faster attacking palace. Who is now a mini DEATHRAY. We'll call it a mini DEATHRAY now. Attacking 1.24 times per second. And it looks like it's going to be enough. Yeah, it's going to be enough. Beautiful. Alright, Trebuchet, Trapper. I mean, let's see. So, I've got the Earthwork. If I can get another Earthworks card, I can. Guess we'll just sell it. Increases the attack speed of your towers by 50%. Cards thrown in the pit return 3 times more gold, or 9 free rerolls. I need this. Now, I have tested this a few times. It doesn't actually work on your palace, believe it or not. Like, my thought is it probably should, but it actually doesn't. So let's go with outsourcing. I mean, if I'm wrong, do let me know in the comment section below, but I don't believe it does. Let's do outsourcing, 9 free rerolls, exactly what we need. All right, so earthworks. Let's go ahead and get this down on the concabulator. And let's return the concabulators to our hand, of course. And let's get these things played. Let's get everything just another level up, right? So now we have maxed out beacons, maxed out palace, and 3 maxed out wall makers, which is great. Got very, very strong walls here, my friends. Last time the King of Progress got the best of us. Let's see if we have more luck this time. 1.58 attacks per second. Let's keep it humming. We're a mini DEATHRAY now. At year 14, the DEATHRAY has been constructed. Converter Precision Lab Rats. What do we need? Another concabulator. So here's where all these rerolls come in. They're just so key, so handy. Once I have 30 gold, I will go ahead and throw that on the palace, the overinvest. It'll up the attack speed by 15%. All right, we got a big test here. Greed Rebellion. All right, come on, DEATHRAY. You got it. Let's go, DEATHRAY. All right, way to go. The walls are just strong enough. And the DEATHRAY gets it done. Beautiful. All right, Thief Mercenary Dispenser. Another beacon. I don't need another beacon. Could definitely use a vault. However, we do have overinvest. Let's go with the vault. Let's get this back now that we have the concabulators humming up, right? Let's go with the vault. And let's see. Who's at the doorstep this time? King of Nature. Okay. So slow-moving units that hang in the back. I'm not really too worried about them. Although very strong archers, but... I mean, look at the DEATHRAY do its thing, man. 2.54 attacks per second. And you're seeing it on full display. Another clone card, you bet. Prosperity. Alright, so we need another concabulator before we can truly use this. I need an Earthworks card. Alright, so 2.54. And this ascends to what? 3.7. Alright, so we almost doubled our attack speed. And now it's starting to resemble a DEATHRAY, is it not? I do believe it is. Yes, it is. So let's keep on going, boys. Let's just send the ballistas into infinity. A wall maker, a quarry, I need an earthworks. So let's go ahead and get it. You bet. And let's go ahead and play it right here on this concabulator. And let's go. Boom. Boom. And boom. Get the vault leveled up. Get the concabulator leveled up. I want to add more wall makers as well. Because we got a Greedy Rebellion on our hands. 82 strong. Can they handle the DEATHRAY? I mean, last time they broke through the walls. Let's see what luck they have this time. Again, they break through the walls. So definitely the King of Greed. The most threatening force. Let's get a vault. And land expansion came at the right time. If I don't say so myself. In fact, why don't we go ahead and... I can clone a wall maker. That way we can take earthworks. Let's clone the wall maker. Get it right there. Gotta fortify the walls even more. Right, we have like this super fortified compound where the DEATHRAY sits in the desert sand, right? It's like somebody was crazy enough to construct the DEATHRAY, and they're trying to destroy the world. Well, that is us, my friends. That is us. Are we the good guys? It doesn't really feel like it. Earthworks. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So let's get the vault down first. And then I'll earthworks this, and we'll actually get 2 level ups from it. Because that concabulator will max out as well. Alright, King of Progress. You can hear the moaning and whining of the rats. As we pulse them down, send them to oblivion. Send them to the X zone. And a veteran force of soldiers gets just blinked out of existence. And you love to see it. Alright, reroll. Overhaul, let's think about this. Don't really need it. Concabulator, could certainly use it. Receive 2 cards after every battle. You no longer choose your loot. Cards thrown into the pit return 3 times more gold. Increase the attack speed of your towers. How about the one that applies the effects multiple times? Overwork, here we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so I could play Earthworks. In fact, I probably should because, let me think about this. This will get maxed out, which will bring this to maxed out. This will max out, right? So, there's no sense in playing 2 concabulators. Unless we get this to kind of like the next phase. Maybe I should play the concabulator. Yeah, I will. Sure. Alright, so that's more attack speed, of course. It's more gold as well. And we have the King of Nature on the doorstep. And he's gonna find out. They don't even reach the wall, really. 10.36 attacks per second, my friends. Starting to look like a DEATHRAY. In fact, we are full-fledged DEATHRAY now, for sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and clone another wall maker. Yeah, we will. And we'll get that installed promptly. You bet. What are we looking at now? 14.22 attacks per second. It's quite the thing to marvel at, is it not? The DEATHRAY. Reroll for the earthworks and we can make peace. King of Nature, you have run your course. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. So let's go earthworks on the concabulator. And of course, let's hit it again. And boom, right? So now everything is maxed out that we have. Even our brand new wall maker. So let's see. The quarry does me no good. I can go ahead and sell it. And then basically seek more vaults and wall makers, essentially. I think it's pretty cool that you can stack wall makers, right? Like, you can just have a giant wall. This is a fortified compound in the desert. You know, like some Area 51 stuff going on here. Where if you get close enough, you get sent to infinity. And now it's pretty much overinvest as our just top card that we're targeting. It's going to make the attack speed just go so much faster. Turn this thing into a mega DEATHRAY, hitting for 30 times per second. Absolutely insane. That's what I love about this game. It just leans into the obscene and absurd. Let's grab another wall. Library, quarry, trebuchet. See if we can re-roll for maybe an overinvest. Vault. I mean, I'll take a vault. But let's get the wall maker down first. Get the vault right there. Copious amounts of gold. A DEATHRAY. Super high walls. A highly fortified compound. The King of Progress. Although he stands for progress, he's got nothing on us. He's got nothing. Bring your feeble guns to my walls, my man. Concabulator, I mean. I've got 2 of them and an earthworks. I don't need it. What else would I be looking for, though? I suppose we'll take it. Let's go ahead and play the earthworks. Concabulator, concabulator, concabulator. You bet. Let's keep going. King of Stone. We got 58, it appears, with the shaky screen, 58 attacks per second, which is absolutely insane. Earthworks, yes, don't mind if I do. Land expansion beacon comes at the right time, if I don't say so myself. My walls are so high I can't even see what's going on. So let's play this, get everything leveled up the rest of the way. Boom, you bet. Ready to go. Could add more walls, certainly. We have the Greed Rebellion. Let's see if we can get an overinvest. Wow, they break through the walls, man. Okay. They broke through the walls, for sure. You got to give it to them. Overinvest. Here we go. A thing of beauty. Plus 15%. of 30. So now we're up to 114 hits per second with the DEATHRAY. You just marvel at the destructive power. Pulses them out one by one. 114 hits per second. Absolutely insane. Alright, overwork or overhaul. Do I need it? Not really. Like, what am I looking for here? I'll just take the defender. I'm not really looking for anything in the King of Progress deck. Gunpowder. How about overwork again? Don't mind if I do. Let's go ahead and sell the defender. Now we got these things just pulsing the attack speed. This is going to be absolutely insane. We're going to be up to like 200 hits per second. 187 hits per second. But we do have the King of Greed, right? This guy is our great foe. But the DEATHRAY is just too deathly, too strong. Another overinvest. Don't mind if I do. You just love to see it. In fact, I'm surprised they get as many shots off as they actually do. It seems like at, 200 attacks per second, we just simply mop the floor with them, right? Seems that way. Mercenary Elf, reroll, got plenty of gold. See if we can get anything useful that we can just kind of plug in. Trapper, Archer, Soldier, Warlock. Whole bunch of nothing, man. I'm good. Alright, what are we looking at now? 397 attacks per second. With the DEATHRAY in the desert. Let's go. King of Greed again. So this guy's definitely strong, man. Like, he's put us to the test. But it's just not enough. The walls aren't strong enough, surprisingly. Overinvest. Seems like we've almost hit like an attack speed cap or something. That despite the flashy number, right? 811 attacks per second. Man, it just snowballs so hard. It just goes to the moon and back so quickly, man. Like, once you get past that, 2 attacks per second, 3 attacks per second, right? The numbers just start to compound. I guess that's the way percentages work. Quarry, Ballista, Trebuchet. What are we looking for? A wall maker? Earthworks. How about a wall maker? There we go. The King of Progress is leading his final assault. We must play all of our cards. Alright, well, I can certainly do that. Let's get the wall maker. And let's see what he's got. Alright, here we go. He's got a futuristic flying robot. Well, we have a DEATHRAY. Oh, looks like he's immune. No kidding. So he's immune, huh? Alright, well, this thing. Interesting. I mean, quite comical, a fitting end to the madness. He's doing 1 damage to the walls. The walls have what? 2,000 each? Like for each, right? So we're gonna be here literally all day. Well, this guy, he will eventually break through the walls. He's doing 3 and then 1 damage. But we would literally be here all day. You can't pulse down the final champion with the DEATHRAY. Of course you can. Of course you can. It definitely makes sense, because that's what you would do, right? As soon as a boss shows up, you would manually target your DEATHRAY on the boss and just zap him. So of course, they can't allow that. That's for sure. So, we have 2 options. Either one, I sit here for the next 25 minutes and we simply just stare at this, right? Or we end the run here. You witness the construction of the DEATHRAY in the desert, you know, the highly fortified compound. Good stuff, fun stuff, interesting stuff. You know, there's no 2 ways to play Nine Kings, that's for sure. And we end the run here, and maybe I get into something a little more vanilla. Well, why don't we do that? I don't necessarily have another specific run planned. Like, this was definitely a planned run. But we can get on into another run. Maybe we'll play around with the King of Stone. See if we can focus in on towers. King of Greed profile levels up, which is great. But man, the DEATHRAY, how about that, huh? Like some 1,000 attacks per second, and the screen is still shaking violently. Love to see it. Alright, so, next up. Let's think about this here. So, King of Stone, I've been kind of looking forward to playing around with the King of Stone. I think we can certainly... I mean, I want to challenge myself. We can up the difficulty to Prince. And let's see if we can maybe focus on towers a little bit. So let's see, what do I have this set up? Start with +1 completely random tower card in hand per rank. Okay, I like that. Towers deal 10% more damage per rank. Stronghold starts with +1 level per rank. Losing a life gives you +2 wallmaker cards per rank. I don't think I mind that. Let's see if we can beat the Prince difficulty with the King of Stone, using primarily towers. Not only towers, but primarily. 546, we have the King of Greed, a familiar face, right? I wonder if he's building a DEATHRAY in the desert. Then the King of Progress as well. And now the King of Stone Stronghold, right here, actually will summon small towers that pop out of the ground and then shoot at nearby enemies. So it's definitely a different type of defensive castle, quote-unquote, if you will. For our random tower selection, we get a Scout Tower and a Dispenser. And a Quarry as well. So I think these are all good options for us. So if we can get some, like, empowering buildings in the middle, like maybe a Blacksmith or a Beacon or something to just bolster our towers, we might actually be looking pretty good. We actually don't really need the Blacksmith with the Quarry, so let's kind of front load our towers and try to get support buildings in here that can help buff them up. So let's go with the Scout Tower on the helm. Yeah, Scout Tower on the helm. Let's go with Dispenser right there. And let's get the Quarry installed. Start upping that damage. And you can see the little towers come up. Quite nice. Executioner, Lab Rats. Converter. I mean, Converter is technically a tower. I think we'll go with the Executioner. I think, you know, a gunman would be a decent fit in our little civilization here. So let's take them. Alright, very nice. We got a nice wide assortment. And we do have a beacon. So I think this is actually quite nice for the middle of our formation. To start upping that attack speed. The Trebuchet is going to shoot 1 extra projectile per construction in your kingdom. Okay. Beacon in the middle. You bet. Now we're getting upped damage and upped attack speed, which is quite nice. However, we are playing on Prince, so the enemies are very, very strong, and they're only going to get stronger. We have another Trebuchet. Otherwise, Earthworks. Flame Tower. Another kind of interesting one is the Flame Tower, I suppose. Let's go with the Trebuchet. Let's level it up. Alright, King of Progress. He's got the Converter. I could maybe consider getting one of those installed. Otherwise, these Defenders are pretty good as well. I've got Earthworks. Let's go with the Defender. Exploration, 3 new random plots. Stronghold can now build towers twice as fast. Yeah, Tower Dome. Let's do it. And let's see. So I probably should get these Defenders out. Maybe get a farm on them later, or a forest or something. So if I hit this, well, let's actually hit the Quarry so it expands, right? And let's put the Quarry back more. We'll put our Defenders right here. But we gotta hang on. Alright, looks like we're gonna take our first L. And we do, yikes. Stronghold, yeah, we'll get it. I want to get these Defenders on the field. Just to slow the approach of the enemy a little bit. Alright, focus on these guys. Let's go. Man, they get home as well. Yikes. Just running out of steam. Quarry, yes. Blessing in 9 years. What do we have? Zenith. Okay. Zenith right there. Let's level up the quarry and see if we have a bit better luck against the King of Progress. I mean, this is year 7 and they're already throwing huge waves at me. Looks like we might be done here, friends. Yeah, the King of Stone crumbles. Well, that's not good. Your reign of stone is over. Maybe we're just playing on too low of a level to really compete with Prince. So I'll try the King of Stone again. Let's lower the difficulty to Duke. Try the same type of strategy. King of Blood and King of Greed. Alright, so we have a trebuchet. We have an orchard. It creates roots that trap enemies. 3 roots per level. And a spire. Ugh. I don't like that one bit. I'm gonna just end the run. It's not worth your time, frankly. Let's try it again. Let's see if we get a better just random draw. I mean, we got the orchard, which is gonna root enemies, right? And then the spire, which heals my units. Progress and greed is who we're up against. Trebuchet, flame tower, and converter. I think I can work with that. So converter, get there. Trebuchet, flame tower, in the front. Alright, very nice. Beacon, how about that? We'll take the beacon. Get it right in the middle. Increase that attack speed. Another beacon. Let me think about this quickly. Do we go with like double beacon on the flame tower? Otherwise the vault is useful as well. Let's go with double beacon. I could go with double beacon on the converter as well. This already attacks super fast. But what if it attacked even faster? These two attack super slow, so let's get double beacon. Looking for a quarry as well, of course. I think our flame tower is going to get really, really strong. If we can just start upping its damage a little bit. Stronghold, precision. Yeah, we'll take the stronghold. You bet. Let's get it leveled up. Alright, flame tower. Do your thing. Put down the King of Greed. Dispenser, we got another beacon. Walls reflect 10% of damage taken, 9 free rerolls. Gotta take the rerolls, man. Let's get 3 beacons. Looking for a quarry now. Wallmaker. Let's go with the stronghold again. Get that thing leveled up more. Let's see, what are your combat statistics here? Stronghold. Right, here's a dispenser. We'll certainly take it. Illuminism. Okay, nice. So it's gonna be these two. We can get the dispenser down right here, which will level it up automatically. And now I'm looking for a quarry. Hopefully we can secure one. Get it right there. Get that thing leveled up as well. Alright, guys. Come on now. Alright, real close, but we got it done. There's a quarry. Beautiful. Alright, we're maxed out. So now I need to use earthworks. Probably on one of these corners. Alright, so they just mad dash it right home, don't they? Another beacon. Time to wage war against another king. King of Spells or King of Blood. Could also re-roll this. The scout tower comes to mind with the king of nothing. So let's do that assortment of enemies. So I'm going to use the earthworks right here to expand a little bit. And let's actually throw... I think we'll go 2 beacons right here. In the middle, right? It's the most impactful beacon placement. And we need to do something. Because, yeah, we're not doing much of anything other than just letting the enemy free run. I got a quarry. I could also go for a wall. Let's see if we can get the wall maker. Right there, boom. Alright guys, we've got to start getting our damage outputs through the roof. And the wall does nothing. And we fall yet again. Man, it's tough doing... It's tough doing like only towers. I think if I scaled down the difficulty enough, I could, or maybe a few more level ups would really go far. But I think all in all, you get the idea, my friends. So I did want to display the DEATHRAY build, thanks to the commenter that recommended that in the comment section of my last video. I really do appreciate that. If you have any other recommendations of runs that you'd like to see, or things you'd like me to try out, do let me know. I'd be happy to take your feedback and consider them. 9 Kings, I think there's a bunch of different ways to play the game. There's the conventional way, and then there's all kinds of just wacky and absurd ways as well. Like making a DEATHRAY in the desert, inside a highly fortified compound. That's what we did here today, and that was the point of this run. So if you enjoyed, smash the like button. Of course, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts, and become a subscriber if you are new here as well. We're playing 9 Kings, we're playing all kinds of other games, so if you like that indie content creator, one that brings you a lot of variety, then I definitely gotcha. So thanks again, my friends, I do appreciate it, and I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.